Hey guys, today I bring you two deck lists, one for Super Heavy Samurai Infernoble and the other for Battlin Boxer Infernoble for the new January 2024 ban list, right? So let's begin with the Super Heavy Samurai Infernoble that we have it on screen. I want to touch base on what the Infernoble engine is going to be. It's basically these 20 cards. Why so little cards? Due to Mawis. Mawis, if at the end of the combo, can recycle Infernoble cards, being the equips, being Fire Warrior monsters. It can recycle them, so there's no need to actually play more than one. Reason to why Ojir is at 2, it's because Ojir is our best Infernoble normal summon. That's why I still consider Ojir to be at least a 2 of, right? Ojir can still be cut to 1. We'll talk about that in a sec. But yes, this is basically the engine. 20 cards. You can see 2 cards that were not regulars to a Infernoble strategy, being Roland and Bradamante. These 2 cards were highlighted or were shown in the combos that I provided before. Roland and Bradamante have good effects that facilitate access to Angelica's ring, so we don't lose on that value since we do not have Isolde anymore. I'll put the combo video in the description so you can go and check those out, right? Next we go to the Super Heavy Samurai engine. These 6 1-card starters and 2 bricks. A downside on the bricks is that these bricks don't have any value whatsoever if you draw them and you don't draw the other 6 1-card starters, right? But the cool thing about this engine is that it facilitates a 1-card combo without having to commit to a normal summon. I consider that to be very valuable, and again, you can see the basic combo line in the combo videos that I uploaded before. One thing that I want to bring additional to this engine is a case in which we already draw the card that we would add off of the Super Heavy Samurai 1-card combo. This would be Ojir or Field Spell. If we already have these cards in rotation, or a regular Infernoble combo in rotation, or at least in our hand, there are additional things that we can commit to protect our combo. Some downsides and some upsides of this is that to protect our combo, we have to commit to another brick, this being the Soul Gaia booster, the level 4 that equips the special summons. Why? To add the Therion engine that works a lot better, Axel and Therion engine, if you start your combo with the level 2 Super Heavy Samurai, since it's already engraved, and you can easily put a Baron on board, or you can easily put a Therion on board. Downside again is that Therion, you have to commit more extra deck space. You have to commit to another main deck space, and if you don't even draw the Super Heavy Samurai engine, well, the Therion has 0 value, right? Axel, on the other hand, is better in this regards, but again, Axel also has no value if you didn't draw the level 2 Super Heavy Samurai. So these engines are totally optional. We do have the space in the extra deck to put the spaces in, to put these cards in, but we don't have the space much in the main deck. We could again cut on the Ojir. We can cut on per se even Rota, since it is a spell. So yeah, in this regards, I would absolutely say that it's optional to add these cards, but it does protect your combo if you already draw a combo and you want the Super Heavy Samurai to have something on board before committing to the combo. It's really good in those cases. The extra deck, as you can see, it's pretty basic. We did gain a lot of space for extra cards. I've added cards like Baguska, cards like Dweller, cards like Sky Crisis, although I consider Sky Crisis to be a staple in this case. But yeah, we have more space to add even these extra combos, so it's pretty free on what you want to add. And non-engine wise, the deck is limited. Well, in this deck list, side deck and non-engine are limited due to the super heavy samurai. You can't play Imperm, you can't play Droplet, you can't play Ruler, can't play blowout cards like Lightning Storm, evenly Harpies, because they have no synergy. They block your one card starters. That's one of the biggest downsides on the super heavy samurai engine. But again, trading this downside for 6 more starters that don't commit the normal summon, I consider to be very strong. So go ahead and test it out. I highly recommend testing both versions since they both have their ups and downs. Now for the Battlin Boxer Infernoble deck list, we begin with a higher amount of Infernoble cards. Why do we have an extra Ogier and the 2 extra Renaud? Because in difference between the super heavy samurai one, we have less starters, right? We don't have 6 1-card combos, we only have 3 1-card combos with uppercut. So I've added the additional Ogier and the additional Renaud. For what reason? Well, mainly to open a lot more times with the anti-nib combo, which you can also find in the combo video that I posted a few days ago. Okay, so yeah, there's a reason, but it's still 100% viable to remove again the Ogier and these 2 Renaud for another 3 non-engine slots. Why? The deck is still highly consistent. Just by removing 1 more Ogier, 2 Renaud, you still play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ogier on top of the quote-unquote 4 uppercut, right? And for a Renaud, if we have just 1 copy in the deck, we basically have 6, 8, 9, 10, 13 copies of Renaud, if I'm counting correctly. So yes, having these extenders, having these starters is still very consistent. So if you still just want to cut on these 3 cards, it's totally a possibility. Go ahead and cut them. But again, this just adds more consistency. You'll reduce the consistency. But in my testing, I haven't bricked with these numbers, cutting the 2 Renaud and the extra Ogier for additional non-engine. You can even crunch the numbers in Yu-Gi-Oh! Party and see that it's still very consistent with the 3 1-card starters and the several copies of Ogier and several copies of Renaud. Another card to add onto this consistency is the Fenrir package. The Fenrir package works not only as an extra layered interruption, but also as a pseudo starter. Why? Because Rise is a Fire Warrior level 4, which with just Rise and any of the other 13 cards that are basically Renaud, we can still put up the same combo again as seen in my combo videos, which I have a specific combo for Fenrir and a Renaud, right? And to finalize on this explanation on this engine in particular, the Battlin Boxer engine. The Battlin Boxer engine again is already in the combo video that I posted a few days ago, which is going to be in the description, so you can check that out. But again, it's just 3 extra starters. This starter does lock you into not having your battle phase, which is a downside. Going second, again, the deck is still hyper consistent. You can cut these 4 cards to add even more non-engine, bumping it up if you already removed the Ogier and the Renaud to up to even 18 non-engine cards, which is very powerful when going second. You can even cut the Angelica's Ring, the Roland, to add even 2 more non-engine cards, bumping it up to even 20 non-engine cards when going second. This doesn't hinder as much your consistency when going first. It does hinder your consistency, but not as much, because you are not actually going for a 5-card hand, but a 6-card hand when going for your combo. So this is still a possibility. Now, for the non-engine cards, very important. The Super Heavy Samurai, again, are limited to, well, not playing spells and traps as non-engine cards, while on the contrary, the Battlin Boxer isn't limited to these things. The non-engine cards that you've seen in both deck lists are completely interchangeable when you're building your very own decks. The extra deck portion, again, there are a lot of slots that are free. If you have any text that you consider to be very viable, or that you've used a lot in other matches, feel free to comment them below to add them, because just by counting an SP, the Link Spider can be Anima, it can be Link Karibo, you can even play Fire Charmer, you can play Dark Charmer, the Baguska, the Dweller, even the Flame Swordsman are cards that are cuttable. Just by counting that, there are 5 cards that are basically flex spots when going into building any strategy for the Infernoble. So yeah, hope you enjoyed these 2 deck lists. Hope you test them out, and I hope you get good results, right? Well, see you next time. Bye.